What if you could build an $8 million property portfolio that creates $150,000 of passive income? Using the tailored wealth planning software, we are modeling our Yield Equity Amplifier strategy and how this strategy can get you to an $8 million property portfolio with $150K of passive income. Rather than waiting for market growth, we go out and manufacture equity and capital growth. We do this through purchasing an established property where we go out and add a second dwelling, which is a dual occupancy dwelling. These dwellings can be sold separately in the future, and from day one, these are positive cash flow once built and created. In this scenario, we will show you how repeating this strategy twice with selling one of those assets will create $8 million in 20 years' time with $150K passive income that's factored in inflation. Let's jump into the numbers now that Joey and I have modeled.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Tailored Wealth Planner software. Today we're going to run you through a couple of scenarios, and Casey and I are going to walk you through how this software works and the numbers in behind some of the strategies that we've implemented here. And we're also going to walk you through a bit of a rundown with respect to some of the changes that have come about in the most recent May budget with changes to negative gearing and CGT. And we're going to start with strategy number one. We have the Yield Equity Amplifier. And Casey, give me a bit of a rundown. What does our kind of initial target purchase price look like in terms of going out there and acquiring the site?
Yep. So this one will be a purchase of around $900,000, which is going to be established property, nice large piece of land, 800 to 1,000 meter piece of land that we're going to then go out and add that second dwelling to.
Perfect. So we're going to put in a $900K acquisition. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're assuming an 80% lend. We're assuming also a starting cash position of around $200,000 as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come in either later in that year or perhaps it's in the next year. We're going to come through and then we're going to develop on said piece of land. So we've gone and we've acquired for 900, and then either, like we said, later that year or the following year, we're going to come through and then, Casey, give us a rundown in terms of what we can expect from a overall construction cost point of view, and then maybe a bit of a rundown with respect to some of these final values and rental income that we can expect to see from these properties.
Yeah, for sure. So the build amount on this is going to be approximately $500,000 to build this new dwelling on that site. We're going to be able to then strata title that new dwelling. So the established property, the new property are going to both be on separate titles at the end of this. I guess one of the powerful things with this strategy is we're building for 500, but the vals for that new build on completion are sitting at around that $900,000. But on the established property, we're not losing too much. It's around 50K. So it's going to be sitting somewhere around that $850K mark after we're purchased for $900,000.
Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to then go and see what that looks like after we've come in and we've constructed that. So there's obviously going to be a change in the portfolio. We've taken a $900,000 property and then we've basically gone and cut it up into two. So let's firstly come in and have a look to see how this changes our portfolio value position. So we're going to take a bit of a 15-year marker, and we can have a look at year 15 and year 20 in terms of what these numbers look like with respect to portfolio value and also any of the income that these properties will now be deriving for us. So if we come in and we have a look here in 2041, we're sitting on a portfolio value of that very top number there, around 4 mil. Call it rounded up to 4 million. And then down the very bottom, we actually show you what those property values would be on an individual basis. So 1.92 and 2,035,000. If we round that up, it's about $2 million per asset, taking us to a total portfolio value of roughly 4 mil in 2041. And then as we fast track forward to 2046, so 20 years from now, we can see the portfolio value sitting there at 5.3 million, almost 6 for the older property that was already sitting on that lot, and 2.7 for the newer build property. And we are assuming just a 6% growth rate, slightly less than the national average long term. That's what the portfolio value could look like out there in 15 years and also in 20 years' time.
Which is super powerful when it's only literally a 1 into 2, right? It's literally one purchase. We split that up, add the second dwelling.
Now we're going to come through and we're going to do the same thing with respect to the income position. So we're sitting in a slightly negative cash flow position. Once we go and we add that second dwelling, to the lot, then we have a drastic increase in our income. We are also adding debt to the portfolio, so we'll capture that as well. And then we can see the income story start to increase. And out here in 15 years' time again, we can come through and we can assess the cash flow position. So cash flow position there is sitting at around 55 odd thousand in the portfolio. And 20 years' time, we're sitting at about 90 odd $1,000 worth of cash flow in the portfolio. So one property that we've cut up into two then goes a really long way to start to generate a good amount of income in this portfolio for us. So really strong income, really strong portfolio value, and then we could start to then change the dialogue and look at a separate strategy moving forward. And that's basically going to be our double down, where we're going to go in and we're going to look at replicating this process, but slightly amending and tweaking the strategy.
Double it up. Let's go.
So we're now jumping into our double up scenario. So it's the exact same as strategy number one that we've looked at. So we spoke about buying an acquisition for 900, or buying a site for 900,000 for a $500,000 spend. We then go and put a secondary dwelling in on the rear that was valued in at around 900,000. We've now got two properties in the portfolio. What we do, so that's, if I break it down here, here's us acquiring the site, here's us affecting the subdivision. Then what we do, maybe it's the year later, speak to your accountant for your own kind of CGT purposes. Maybe it's the year later we affect the sale of the older property. So we sell the older property, we keep the new one. So we've come in, we've factored in actually selling the property down. We'll pay CGT, we will pay agent selling fees, we'll clear out the debt position, and we're walking with a nice property profit after we've done that. And what we do is we actually score our deposit back again. Once we score that deposit back, as the name of the strategy suggests, we double down. Then we go and we repeat that process. I've increased the purchase price because it's a couple of years later. So instead of 900, we make it 950. And I've increased our construction spend from 500 up to 550. And now we've got, at the end of the day, once all is said and done, 3 properties. So we've kind of created 4. We bought here, we cut up into 2, and then we sold 1. So we were left with 1. And then we acquired another site and then cut that up into 2. So we have 3 at the end of the day once all is said and done. Effectively selling half of the first project to give us our deposit back, to rinse and repeat and go again and start to drive a little bit more income from the portfolio and also chase a higher wealth position. All right, so we can now come through and have a look at that wealth position out there again in, say, 15 years' time. So rather than sitting on a portfolio of around 4 mil, we're now sitting in a portfolio of around 6 million by doubling down. So and you can see the composition of those property values down the bottom, roughly call it $2 million per asset, taking us to a total market value of around 6 million overall, which is a fabulous position. And it's an extra $2 million better off than we were just going out there and affecting one of those projects. And then you can see out there 5 years later, we're talking about almost an $8 million portfolio value. So doubling down gives us a drastic uplift in terms of the overall portfolio value. And with respect to that income position, it will pretty much go a long way to have us hit the equivalent of about 150,000 within 20 years. So in 20 years' time, we've taken the equivalent of what is 150,000 of today's dollar value and inflation adjusted that out to about 250. And these 3 properties will be generating the equivalent of around $255,000 worth of cash flow. Yep. Broken up into about 300 and something of rental income, minus about $52,000 worth of running costs, leaving you with a net position of around 250,000. So $250,000 with a portfolio value sitting somewhere around the $8 million mark as well. Really nice for only coming in there and affecting 2 of these style projects.
100%. It's a powerful strategy, right? For a couple of years of hard work upfront, acquiring those properties, making a couple of builds, and then it's letting sweet old time do its thing.
Exactly. And I'd love nothing more than for time to do most of the heavy lifting rather than me having to do it.
100%.